obsolete, Mr. Wordsworth.
Lie. No man is obsolete.
It's a cookbook.
Who are we?
When will they take the bandages off?
You're a bad man. You're a very bad man.
Mr. Lemonsucker here. He's the most suspicious of the bunch.
My name is Talkie Tina, and I'm beginning to hate you.
I believe you're going my way.
Live from Willoughby at the heart of the Twilight Zone. Here are your hosts, Alex and Tyler, the prestigiously perfect podcast in which we call The Twilight Zone.
What is up, Gnomies? I'm Alex.
And I'm Tyler.
Welcome to the Twilight Gnome Podcast, episode 126. What episode are we going to be discussing this week, Ty?
This week we have The Seventh is Made Up of Phantoms.
Season 5, Episode 10. Original air date, December 6th, 1963. This was written by Rod Serling and directed by Alan Crosland Jr., who did 4 Twilight Zones. And we still have one more of his to go, but are you ready for his?
Let's hear it.
He did The Parallel, The Old Man in the Cave, The Seventh is Made Up of Phantoms, and Ring-a-Ding Girl.
Ooh, 2 very stinkers. I'd say
all of his episodes kind of fucking suck.
no, I like Old Man in the Cave, and this one's not bad. Agree to disagree on that one.
I don't know, season 5, man, there's something, it's like so hit or miss.
Something about it. Season 1, there's something about
There
it.
is
Season
something
5,
about
there's
it.
something about it.
There really is.
Something about all these seasons.
2 and 3 blend together. I'd be very, unless
Yeah,
you're watching a videotape episode, I don't think.
That is true. Like when I'm trying to recall something, it is easier to tell which ones are 1 and 5, and obviously 4 where they're so long, but 2 and 3 definitely do bleed together as like, okay, which season did that take
Do you
place in?
remember which one has the videotape episodes?
It's season 2, but
Yeah.
I obviously, yeah, if I saw that, then I'd be like, okay, that's season 2, but
All right, we'll jump right into it, Tyler. What was your favorite moment from this episode?
I had 2. I had the reveal at the end where their names appear on the monument there.
You wouldn't have saw that coming?
No, I mean, it's cool. And
Hey, look, they died for nothing.
they really did. And my second favorite moment is when the general, he makes like a little joke of like, well, if you see Indians, please don't shoot them. They're graduate students doing research on the land. I thought that was a funny one.
That was pretty good. My favorite moment was when Longford, when they see the smoke signals, and he goes through his explanations of what it could be. It could be a factory, it could be this. And he's like, or it could just be a couple folks that really don't dig Smokey the Bear.
Yeah, that
I
was a
thought
good
that
joke,
pretty
too.
funny.
We have the technology to rebuild it.
Doctor, what have you created?
I am for all intent and purposes AI Serling. What the hell is Smokey the Bear?
Well, he's a bear that tells you not to start fires in the woods.
Why would you start fires in the woods?
If you're camping or just a pyromaniac.
Humans. Every week I put a prompt into myself, come up with a Rod Serling style intro to the episode the boys are watching. This week I came up with this. There are moments in history when mankind is granted a second chance to correct an old mistake, rewrite a bloody chapter, and perhaps prove that with the benefit of hindsight, he can do better things. Tonight, a handful of soldiers are given precisely that opportunity. They travel back in time to the Battle of Little Bighorn, armed with modern weapons, modern knowledge, and the comforting certainty that the original battle ended in catastrophic defeat. Their mission? Change history. Their result? Well, history has a rather stubborn way of defending itself. Because apparently, even when you bring the advantages of the 20th century to a 19th century battle, there are some situations where the universe simply looks at you and says, nice try. Tonight we discover that time travel may give you a second chance, but it doesn't necessarily give you a better idea in the Twilight Zone.
Was their intent to change history? I still find that kind of unclear. Like, did they just want to become a part of history, you know?
I don't know. The whole thing was really fucking stupid, so it really does make no sense. Like, hey, you know that, first off, like, you want to go be in a battle that is on the wrong side of history kind of to begin with, and then also, you know it historically they lose. So it's either A, you want to die in a battle, or B, you don't like the natives and like, I just want to go kill me some Indians. I don't understand what the hell the point of this episode was.
Yeah, the whole point of them going there, I get the whole idea of like reliving history could kind of be a fun idea, but like more as an observer, like the fact that they decided that they had to go fight in it is kind of weird, especially like one of them's already shot in the back with an arrow. Like that's the perfect opportunity to just flee. You haven't left your time period yet. I don't know. Yeah, some of the choices that they made don't make any sense.
0 sense. I mean, I guess obviously men of that age, like cowboys and Indians, was probably like their thing. So they were like, "Oh, this
Marvel
is awesome."
heroes came down to Earth. They were like, "Let's go fight with them."
What would be the equivalent today?
I mean, like you said, cowboys and Indian movies were like very popular in like the 60s.
Yeah, but it's
Right
also
now, it's
something that's
superhero-
like
something that's
was
real.
real.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe if it's like a Journey to the Future where there's superheroes. I don't fucking know.
All right. Well, every week Tyler and I come up with a few questions for each other, keep each other on our toes while watching said episode. I have 3 this week.
I have 4.
Go for it then.
You don't want to start where it's even, or?
You have more of them, so.
All right. What is the number of the tank?
Did you go with the short one?
No, the
the
long,
long one?
The long one.
1367133.
No, it's 69, 17, 22, 15.
Dang it. I was a little bit nicer. My first question was, what was the number on top of the tank?
93.
Yes.
A little bit easier. How many stripes does Langsford have?
So you have 2?
He does have 2.
All right. What year was Custer's last stand?
It was 1876.
Congratulations.
Custer and his 7th were an advanced guard for a general named what?
Benteen.
Terry.
And Terry. All right. Connors is supposed to take his men up which creek?
Rosebud.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is their call sign on the radio?
The Three Stooges.
Bluebird 9.
I didn't catch that in either of the times I watched this.
When the radio guy's trying to call them and Bluebird 9, pick up Bluebird 9.
I didn't catch it. All right, we'll jump right into the plot of this one. We open on a teepee. Some soldiers from the late 1800s arrive. What would you call that, like, type of, like, it was like post-Civil War, but it was pre-World War I.
I'd call it the Wild West.
Yeah, but they were, like, in a, like, the military uniform. Like, what era would you call that?
The Spanish-American War? Is that was around that time, right?
I guess so.
1870s, Spanish-American War.
But anyway, those guys arrive. There's no signs of the Indians there, but they weren't there that long ago because they see a fire smoldering, and they're talking about General Custer plans on meeting the Sioux Indians at Little Bighorn. And then all of a sudden he gets shot in the back with an arrow. We hear some like war cries. And then
his friends start shooting off to kind of defend their friend that just got shot. And these sounds of gunfire take us to our main 3 people in the present day, or present for the time.
We can go on back and tell your General Custer this Indian trail is just as fresh as ever. A little too fresh for my pay. Hey, those were shots, weren't they?
Yeah.
Hey, Tiger, now, whoa, easy.
These are just maneuvers. Everybody starts getting trigger happy, it's going to turn into a real war.
Hunting season, huh, maybe? How about that, McCluskey? How'd you like to go hunting some buffalo?
Let's go have a look.
That's a cool transition. I like that, where like the sound from the past kind of awakens the future, and you get
That
that
is neat.
A really hard cut.
that is pretty awesome. The 3 men start walking to where they heard the sound. They make their way to a teepee. The young one says, "Hey, it's a wigwam. Check it out."
What's the difference between a wigwam and a teepee? Like, they refer to it as both. I've always heard it called a teepee.
You never heard wigwam?
Very little.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. I mean, I'm sure there probably is slight variations and differences, stuff like that, but I am not really up to date on that. They're like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then the young soldier gives another little history lesson. Lots of little history lessons in this, which, I mean, I guess if you weren't up to par, if you weren't like a huge, like, Custer's Last Stand history buff, you'd be like, "Oh, what's the significance of this? Who gives a shit?"
I kind of like that they have both Connors and McCluskey be like kind of the history Major's there, and then you have Langsford not knowing a clue. He kind of sits in for anyone watching that has no clue about like the history of the specific battle. So I like that they kind of have at least some characters sit in for what I'm guessing is a majority of the audience where they don't know this specific history.
Right. It's like, that's where the 7th Cavalry fought the Sioux Indians. Just then, Connors finds a canteen that says 7th Cavalry on it, takes a look at it, and he's like, things in pretty good shape for being 80 years old. Then we get some even more. They're like, you ever hear of Custer's Last Stand, Langford?
It's Custer.
God, I know. And Langsford's just like, I'd rather be in a bar right now, but we're supposed to be playing war games. And then the wind blows and it kind of creeps him out, which they haven't really had anything creepy happen yet. I mean, like finding a teepee in
Finding
the
a
desert.
teepee in an old canteen isn't that strange, I guess. No.
But they make it seem a lot more sinister than it is. The young one says, I guess it's time we get back. Langsford says, so this is where they fought, huh? Connor proceeds to give another history lecture. Langsford says, that can't be possible. This canteen looks brand new. The wind blows again menacingly, and the men look unsettled. Connor's kinda looks like Kyle MacLachlan. You think so?
Who the hell is Kyle MacLachlan?
The guy who plays Agent Cooper in Twin Peaks.
No.
He looks exactly like him. Take a look at this.
Oh, Connors. I thought you were talking about McCuskey.
No, Connors. Doesn't he kind of look like...
He's in pretty good shape, considering it's been laying around here for
Side
about 80
2,
years,
but
wouldn't you say?
definitely not straight on.
You know,
Yeah, the side 2 is kind of uncanny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway, they head back to the tank, and right when they get back to the tank, they hear some Indian war cries, and that's when Rod takes us in.
June 25th, 1964. Or if you prefer, June 25th, 1876. The cast of characters in order of their appearance: a patrol of General Custer's cavalry and a patrol of National Guardsmen on a maneuver. Past and present are about to collide head-on, as they are wont to do in a very special bivouac area known as the Twilight Zone.
Next shot, our 3 main characters are arriving back at base. Can't tell if this is supposed to be shot like day for night. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it was really dark, especially in the bottom half of the screen. I think it was just that there was probably like some shade from a tree, so they probably weren't getting a lot of light, is what I assumed.
I don't know. I thought that obviously they probably filmed this during the day and then they tried to
make it look like they'd been out all night. Yeah. Could have been that too.
Apparently, they were the last ones back to camp. Connors is told that the captain wants to talk to him right away. Captain says, nice for you to come back. Connor's like, we got hung up. Connor proceeds to tell the captain that he heard some rifle, and the captain says, that's impossible. Now, tomorrow you're going up to Rosebud's Creek. And then Connors kind of gets scared because he's, Rosebud? That was my sleigh as a kid.
He gets like, he starts to kind of tell more about what happened too, and I like the scene of like him being like, we even found this canteen. He's like, well, must have left it in the tank. Like the one piece of evidence that you had to corroborate your story, and you forgot it.
What's the matter with you, Connors? Are you hungover? No, sir. No, sir. Nothing like that at all, sir. But that Rosebud Creek, that's Custer's route. When he left the Yellowstone River, he went with a Major Reno, and Reno followed a trail along that creek.
Sergeant, let's synchronize, shall we? My watch says 23:20 hours. My calendar says 1964. If you've got a big thing for these Indians, you got here a little late in the day.
Captain, I want to tell you we heard them.
Heard what?
Indians are war cries.
Where? When?
This afternoon, sir. At the junction of the Bighorn and the Little Bighorn. Captain, look. Now, I know this sounds crazy. Believe me, I know it. But, we found a canteen.
I like how after this too, the general, the general's not believing any of this, and he's like, you bucking for a Section 8 there, man?
Yeah, and it's at this point that he's like, now tomorrow you're going to go and continue the war games, and if you see any Indians, they're probably just college kids doing testing to the soil. Next shot, it's the next day. Langsford says, where are we going? Connor says, all right, we're going to follow Rosebud Creek, if you catch my drift. The young one says, it's Custer's route, and Langsford's like, this again, guys, come on. And he's kind of like freaking out on him, but then they notice a smoke signal on top of the mountains, or some folks who aren't down with Smokey the Bear, quite possibly.
Down with Smokey the Bear.
The young one says, this is exactly what happened to Custer. Langsford says, that's enough. You guys are crazy. And then all of a sudden we hear a bunch of like war chants. The young one starts shooting, which is kind of reckless.
Just shooting wildly into the air. And like they do this right after they kind of told the whole story too about how when they back in the 1800s, there was like one of the smaller parties had seen a group of Indians and they shot one that was like at the end of their party, kind of like lagging behind the others. So the fact that now McCuskey is shooting at an Indian and they see like a lone horse riding all by itself is kind of spooky. Like, oh, that's a weird coincidence. It's kind of history repeating itself.
Right, and the young one's like, oh, I think I killed the rider. Now even Langsford is like, all right, what the heck is going on here? Connors says, somehow we're following the same trail Custer did, and all the events that happened to him are happening to us. Langsford says, what I want to know is what's going to happen next. Connors says, we're all going to end up in a massacre. We're going to stop it or we're going to join it, which was the same fucking outcome.
Yeah.
We're going to either stop it or...
well, if they stop it, then they would... Well, yeah, by joining it, they would
I don't think they
stop
had
it.
any plans of stopping it, because at the end, spoiler alert, they're up on the thing, they cock their guns like, let's get them, boys. Like,
I mean, I think they meant stop
the massacre?
Stop the massacre, which would just be an implied massacre
stop the massacre
other
of
side.
the U.S. Army. The whole thing's fucking really
Especially
stupid.
where they didn't bring the tank. Like, you left behind your biggest, like, weapon.
Right. They get in their tank, and they continue on their route. After the commercial break, we are back at base camp. The captain is wondering where Connors is. They radio them. The young one answers the call. Captain says, give me your position. He tells them where they are. Captain's like, you guys get the fuck back here right now.
And then right at that moment, the call gets cut off, too, and Captain's like, come in. God damn it. And so now he's all pissed. He calls in some MPs to go track the guys down because...
tell him, shoot him in the leg if you got to bring him back here. And then the next shot, Connors and his men are in the tank. Following Custer's route, they arrive at where the battle took place. There's nothing there. And Longsford says, the captain's going to kick our ass. And Longsford's like, this is all just an illusion. Come on, guys. What's going on here? And Connor says, no, it's not. Do you remember what Reno found before the battle? And the young one's like, yeah, they found a village.
And then Langsford's sort of getting pissed at this point. Like, you guys are just ridiculous. I'm going to head back before the general gets more pissed at me. And then on his attempt to get back, he stumbles upon the very same village they were just talking about.
Right, Arrivederci. Boys, come down here. It's a village.
It's the village. That's a mirage, is it, Langsford? It's not really there, is it?
I don't know, man. Don't ask me anything. Don't ask me nothing now.
A good aunt's got it.
You know, an hour ago, if he'd said that, I'd have laughed at him or shut him up, but now I don't know. Just be careful, McCluskey. All right, what happens now, Sergeant? I mean, what happens next?
Beyond the village is where Benteen engages.
Well, I mean, what about Custer?
He loses a right arm. And as of the moment Reno got cut off back there, Custer's column was doomed.
So then after McCuskey's done kind of looking around the little village there, he comes back up the hill and...
Over there's a pig pen where I found the arrowhead.
And he, as he comes up, he's like, guys, that was one hell of a mirage. It got me in the back. And then he falls down. We see he was shot by an arrow.
Right. Next shot, we're back at base camp. The lieutenant comes back to the captain. He's like, I don't know where those guys are. We found their tank, but all there was this note on it. And the note says they went to go join the 7th Cavalry. Why would they not take the tank?
Yeah. Well, one, why would you leave the tank behind? Two, why do you feel the need to go and find the 7th Cavalry? Like, you know you're going to lose, especially without your tank.
Next shot, the two men are carrying McCluskey. A few hundred more feet, they say.
And that's another thing, too. Like, McCluskey's clearly, like, very injured at this point. Why would you drag him into this fight?
I'm too invested. I gotta go die.
I really just love history.
They make it to the top of the ridge. They hear battle sounds. The men cock their guns and pretty much say, aim for the bushes.
Aim for the bushes. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
And they just go for it. Next shot, the sergeant is at the plaque there, and he notices that...
Yeah, he's walking through the little cemetery there, and he's kind of telling the other guys, like, keep searching for the 3 men that went missing. They're AWOL right now, and that's when the MP standing next to the general kind of points out, hey, aren't there these names on this little obelisk here? That's their names.
Right? That's impossible. And then Rod takes us out.
Sergeant William Connors, Trooper Michael McCluskey, and Trooper Richard Langsford, who on a hot afternoon in June made a charge over a hill and never returned. Look for this one under P for Phantom in a historical ledger located in a reading room known as the Twilight Zone.
And that's our episode. Tyler, what did you learn?
Never leave your tank behind.
Definitely don't do that. We'll jump right into ratings. IMDb currently has this at a 7 out of 10. I am going to go first because I guarantee you that I am rating this lower than you. I'm giving this a 5, and it is probably the weakest 5 of all my. I almost contemplated putting it at a 4.5, but I really don't want my rating to go down. This would probably be the top of the 4.5s or the bottom of the 5. So I'm going to give it a 5 because there are kind of a few funny things in it, but it's just kind of boring. There's really no message. They didn't accomplish anything.
They succeeded in dying.
Yeah, they did. I don't know. I think it's just kind of stupid.
All right, I'm giving this a 7.5.
What the fuck?
I like the twist of them going back in time. I like the whole idea of like history sort of repeating itself. Really cool kind of theme there. But yeah, the one hang up is their decision making makes absolutely no sense. Like, why would you go back to die? Why would you leave the tank behind when McCuskey was already injured? Why did he go back? Just a lot of really dumb decisions that don't make any sense from the character's perspective. But other than that, there was quite a bit to like about this episode, though.
Who are they? Where are they? What are they? Let's find out together in the Twilight Gnome presents Inside the Twilight Zone.
All right, so this week we have Ron Foster. He played Connors. He had 80 credits to his name from 1956 to 1994. He was in the movie The Money Pit with Tom Hanks, 39 episodes of Guiding Lights, 1 episode of The Adventures of Superman in the late 50s, and other than that, there was really nothing that caught my attention there. Then we have Warren Oates. He played Langsford. He was in 2 episodes of The Twilight Zone. We have completed his resume. This is a lot bigger of one. He played the Jeep driver in The Purple Testament.
Both war ones.
Yeah. He was in the movie Stripes with Bill Murray. He was in 10 episodes of Gunsmoke, 1 episode of Lost in Space, and just lots of westerns from the 50s. Then we have Randy Boone. He played McCluskey. He died this time last year at the age of 83.
Wow.
And he actually only had 23 credits to his name, pretty much in the 60s through the mid-80s. He was in an episode of Kung Fu, 1 episode of Gunsmoke, 1 episode of Lassie, but obviously not a whole hell of a lot. A little bit of trivia on this one. Captain William Benteen, who is mentioned several times, previously served as a namesake of James Whitmore's character in On Thursday We Leave for Home.
I knew it sounded familiar.
That's Captain Benteen.
But so is the Benteen in this episode not an actual historical figure?
I believe it is.
Okay.
Near the end of the episode, Langsford states that he knows this is all an illusion, and at that point, at his left cheek, a white vehicle is quickly seen in the far background going right to left. After seeing this, I went back and looked at it and I said, hey, yeah, there it is.
I did not look at it.
You want to see it?
Yeah.
We've talked
very faintly in the background. Like, you can't even tell that it's like a vehicle.
I could, for some reason, on my TV last night, I noticed it a lot more.
See, and I got to figure it out.
When it's smaller, you can notice
This
it
whole
more.
thing is strictly an illusion. That's the goods. It's an illusion.
Never noticed that.
In total, this episode cost $56,979. The director received $1,375, and the cast received $4,484.
What'd you say your name was?
What's in a name, Mr. Benedict, really? It's a mere question of semantics. Just language. A mere stretch of words.
So every week, Tyler and I come up with a few alternative titles to the episode we are watching. You guys can do so as well if you want to leave a comment and play along. I have 3 this week.
I have 5.
Wowzers. All right, give me 2.
All right, start with my debacle. I have the Detour debacle.
Hey, pretty good.
And I also have the Battle of Bighorn.
Yeah, your debacle's better than mine. I just had the Desert debacle. I was having a really hard time coming up with a word that began with D.
I have Send in the Cavalry.
Pretty good. I have The Wigwam.
I have War Games.
And I have The Episode is Made Up of Boring.
I have A History Lesson.
Decent. What about Switcheroos? I have 6.
I have 4.
All right. Back There.
Yep, I have that one. The Passersby.
Didn't have that. Execution.
No. Death's Head Revisited.
Nope. I had 100 Yards Over the Rim.
My last one, Once Upon a Time.
I had The Arrival, and then you have to switch it up a little bit, but I had 3 more pallbearers.
Yeah. Alrighty, so no direct references this week, but I still managed to pull a couple slight references to it. Starting us off, we have the Magic Treehouse book series, where kids use a time-traveling magical treehouse that kind of lets them relive different historical events. Kind of gave me the similar idea and vibes as to this episode. They're kind of like reliving history there. And then we also have the 2016 TV show Timeless, about a history professor that travels through time to stop a terrorist, and they kind of go through different historical events. So kind of loosely like that too. We also have the 1982 series Voyagers, about time travelers going to historical events. And then we have the 1980 film The Final Countdown, that sees the film's modern U.S. Navy aircraft carrier is mysteriously transported back to 1941, where it's immediately in Pearl Harbor, and the crew must decide whether they should interfere in historical battle or not.
After you said Final Countdown, all I could think of was, it's the final countdown.
I know, I thought of the exact same thing too when I found this one. I was like, I've never heard this movie. All I've heard of this is the song.
All right, so every week Tyler picks the episodes. He does so by showing me an AI-generated picture. I play a little game where I have to guess what it is. I think we only have 30 episodes left now, which is really crazy. And you said that
we're in a time block.
Yes, we are in a time block, and probably not going to be season 1 or 5. Is there season 4? Is there any? I don't believe there is any time episodes left of season 4.
I think we only have 3. There is one left of season 4 that's a time travel.
We only have 3 episodes left.
We have Jezebel left. We have
not time.
What?
Cliffordsville. I guess
Cliffordsville is a time one.
Time. Are you gonna do Cliffordsville?
And then I can't think of what the third one that we haven't done.
Still Valley of the Shadow, which I think I called Still Valley last week. They're very similar titles. Cliffordsville, then.
All right, you ready?
Yep. The King 9 will not return.
Correct. King 9 will not return.
Getting all of our crappy ones out of the way, huh?
This was quite bad. I didn't remember it, and then I watched it, and I still don't remember it.
I don't really remember it, which, I mean, I guess if you don't remember it, it's probably not like super bad.
Probably a bad sign.
But also, I believe this is the pilot for the second season. It's
the first episode of the second season.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
But isn't that crazy? Like, just like I think it was 2 was the season 3 opening episode, and that one kind of fucking sucked.
Yeah, other than season 1, which was a perfect start to the series, and 4 was really good. I don't remember what
5 is Praise of Pip, which is a pretty good episode.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's a good one. I'm excited for that. There still are, out of the 30 we have left, there are probably more than half of them that I'm excited for.
But you're not excited for King 9?
No, I'm not excited for King 9. I'm not excited for a 16mm shrine. Uncle Simon's a crappy episode, but at least we get to see Robbie, and it's just like a lot of Rod dialogue.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if I put the 16mm shrine right after this one too, just a bunch of shit in a row?
The way is it? That's probably what you did.
I genuinely don't remember what I have after King 9,
really?
But it is a time one. That's why I was thinking it'd be funny.
That would be so. Well, I mean, I guess I'd get them out of the way. I don't know if I've grown bitter because we have done an episode every week. We have not missed a week in the last almost 3 years.
No.
Do you think that clouds our judgment of Twilight Zone? Because I mean, obviously, it's not asking much to watch an episode of the Twilight Zone once a week, but it's
not just watching it. It's taking notes on it. It's like,
and then after editing,
watching.
I'd probably spend 3 to 4 hours a week when all's said and done with these episodes.
Yeah,
and you kind of like, fucking Twilight Zone. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone sometimes, especially when the episode sucks ass.
Yes, but it is definitely a lot harder when it's a kind of a chore for some of these episodes. But and I would say King 9 is, spoiler alert, I did not enjoy it that much.
We will not be returning to that piece of shit after we do it.
Yeah.
Messages. You are about to receive a message from the 5th dimension.
Alrighty, so we have 2 messages this week, and the first comes to us from Debbie Ann on our full-length radio drama. So if you guys haven't checked out the radio drama, be sure to go and check it out. And Debbie Ann says, "Great show, guys. Thank you, Debbie Ann."
Thank you very much. It's very good to hear from you again.
And our next comment comes to us on our top 10 twists of the Twilight Zone, and it comes to us from Kurt Cochran. And Kurt says, "My favorite 5 are 1, On Thursday We Leave for Home, 2, The Obsolete Man, 3, Third from the Sun, 4, The Hunt, and 5, Time Enough at Last." Thank you. Those are good picks for the top 10 twists.
All right. If you guys could please continue to leave comments. We love hearing from you guys. Every week, it's awesome that we have people chiming in. We really do appreciate it. If you are on the YouTube page, if you could please give us a like and subscribe. It means the world to us. It really does. If you were listening to this on Spotify, if you could take a few minutes and give us a 5-star review. Why?
We are a 5-star show.
We sure are. And if you need to get a hold of us for any other reason, you can email us at twilightgnome59@gmail.com. And while you're on the YouTube page, if you go over to the post section, check out Ty's poll, because he's dropping them every Tuesday. What do you got for us this week?
This week is all about time-related objects and which one you'd want to own. We got the camera on there from A Most Unusual Camera. We've got the stopwatch, the TV from What's in the Box, and
the book from To Serve Man.
Yes, of course. No, drawing a blank on what the last camera, stopwatch, TV, and it's the fortune teller from
The Mystic Seer.
Yes, the Mystic Seer.
Set time.
Yes, it's time. It's telling the future.
Probably why no one's voted for it.
I think maybe not. I don't remember who voted.
All right. Well, until then, Ty, my final question for you. What episode would you rather be watching than The Seventh is Made Up of Phantoms?
I actually enjoy this one. A 7.5's not a terrible episode. This is one where...
It's crazy that you gave it that.
If it was on TV, I wouldn't change the channel.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd make a sandwich during this one.
It's half an hour long to make a sandwich.
It's going to be a big sandwich.
It's picturing like a Scooby-Doo size sandwich that Shaggy would make.
I would love to eat one of those.
You'd break your jaw.
Nah, we obviously eat it in little sections.
Well, then what's the point of making a big sandwich if you're not going to
What are you doing in my house? Making a big-ass sandwich and shit. I mean, you got time here. If you had to make an awesome major sandwich, like you were just stuck in the desert and you had to make an awesome sandwich, what would it be on? Like what type of bread, what type of meat?
Sand and stuff if I'm making it in the desert.
No, I said you just got out of the desert.
Oh, I just got out of the... I thought you said... No, you said you're in the desert. You got to make a sandwich. I'm like, I guess a sandwich. Oh! I don't know. I just got out of the desert and
you're fucking starving. You make
But I'm at a deli
sandwich
somewhere with all the different food I could possibly put on it.
Sure. But it's got to be a sandwich.
All right.
They're being real sticklers about it.
All right. Starting with bread.
What type of bread?
Wheat.
Boring. You into that like Dave's Killer bread with all like the seeds and goodness?
I don't want too many
rye
seeds.
bread.
I just want just wheat, just a normal wheat bread.
All right.
And then I'm gonna do some pulled turkey.
Pulled turkey.
Like not sliced. I don't like sliced. I want it like
Thanksgiving Day sandwich.
Yeah, like ripped apart and shit like that. Yeah. Putting on lots of mayonnaise.
Are you just gonna make a turkey club?
I'm making a turkey club the way I make a turkey club. I'm start with mayonnaise on both sides of the bread. Put a slice of cheese on one of those mayonnaises, and then you do the chicken on top of that. The turkey. Turkey on top of that, then lettuce, then bacon. Or no, bacon then lettuce.
No tomato?
No tomato.
Crazy.
I don't like tomato.
Tomato's amazing.
No.
So you're just making a big ass turkey sandwich, turkey club?
Yeah, with no tomato, and I think cheese is not usually on a club, but I put cheese on mine.
Pretty decent. I would probably do something like, I love pastrami and corned beef, so I'd probably just get some of like the Jewish rye and lots of sauerkraut and corned beef and pastrami. I love pastrami. It's pretty awesome.
I like the smell of pastrami, but I don't like the taste
mustard.
of it.
You don't like pastrami? Pastrami's so good.
No, it's like there's certain things that like the smell of them is really good. Like coffee, I love the smell of. I don't like tasting it. I don't like to drink coffee, but
I made a sandwich one time. I was baked one day and I was like, I would make a cool sandwich. And I had just gotten into like Cuban sandwiches, which is like one of my favorite sandwiches of all time. And I was like, what would be like the American Cuban sandwich. So I
don't even know what a Cuban sandwich is.
Cuban sandwich is good. You got like a flat, like panini type bread, and you got mustard, pickle, pulled pork, and ham. It's really good. Don't knock it before you try it. It's awesome. You like pulled pork, and you like ham.
I like pulled pork, but I'd probably just have a pulled pork sandwich.
No, Cuban sandwiches.
Did you say there was cheese on this?
I don't think so.
There's just pulled pork, pickles, and ham?
And mustard.
And mustard? I don't like that. I don't think I'd want mustard on it.
Oh, mustard's good.
Yeah, but not on with the rest of it. Because
Mustard's
if you have pulled
amazing.
pork, it already has barbecue sauce. So it's barbecue sauce with mustard?
It's very lightly barbecue. You should try it. Try a Cuban sandwich next time.
Maybe.
Or next time we go out to dinner and I get a Cuban sandwich, you guys
I'll
take
try
a
a
bite.
bite.
It's fucking delicious. But anyway, I wanted to Americanize the Cuban sandwich. So we had leftover meatloaf. So I took like my rye bread, I toasted it. I put a piece of cold meatloaf on there, roast beef, mustard, and pickle.
So you had it cold?
Yeah.
The whole thing?
Oh, no, and then I put it in the toaster oven to warm it up, and I put cheese on it. Put American cheese, meatloaf slice, roast beef, pickle, and mustard, and I called it the cowabunga sandwich, and it was incredible.
See, I don't like cheese that gets melted unless it's by itself as a grilled cheese, but like meat with cheese on a sandwich, I don't want the cheese to get melted.
No? What about like a poor boy? That's really just like...
I don't like those.
No?
No. I bet all the listeners are probably getting really hungry. Just like, these guys just talking about sandwiches now.
Sandwiches are awesome. I used to hate sandwiches because I'd always be like, I want a burger or like, which I mean, I guess it's kind of a sandwich,
Yeah.
or pizza or something for lunch. But I've been watching a bunch of these videos on YouTube about like sandwiches, and
I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos about like different pasta cooking and stuff like that. Like, I think next year I'm going to grow in my garden there. I'm going to grow pasta. No, I'm going to
got a
grow
spaghetti tree.
like cherry tomatoes, basil, garlic, just stuff like that, so I can make like fresh pasta
I thought you
sauces.
said you didn't like tomatoes.
I like if in a pasta sauce, yeah, you can cut up cherry tomatoes and then like kind of like.
Dude, a cherry tomato just by itself is so good.
No, I wouldn't.
So
I wouldn't
delicious.
eat a tomato by itself. That'd be weird. Imagine someone eating like a full size tomato, like they eat an apple. That'd be a weird thing to see, because normally like people slice up tomatoes and then like maybe add salt or pepper to it.
It'd probably be a more convenient thing if you didn't have a knife. You just had like some salt and take a little bite, throw a little salt on.
Just throw some salt in your mouth and then take a bite of the.
I don't know if I'd recommend that, but there's so many good sandwiches. Anyway, my real final question for you, Tyler. You have to die in a battle that was a historical battle.
So I know I'm gonna die.
Yes. So obviously you're probably gonna do one that meant something.
Yeah.
That's what my thing
like
would.
a cool.
Like obviously like D-Day or something, like Normandy, or some battle during the American Revolution or the Civil War or something probably.
Probably would not do
the Battle of Little Bighorn.
I'm thinking of like all the older battles. It's gonna suck because like you probably wouldn't have died in the battle itself. You would have died hours later from them being like, okay, we're gonna saw your bones now and
no, you're
hold
dying.
on to this
You're dying
rag.
in the battle.
Okay.
You don't know how, but it's gonna be like either artillery
wanna
shells
die
gonna
in,
hit
like,
you
a
or a
quick
gun.
one. Would mustard gas be a quick way of dying, like in World War I?
Probably not, because you're essentially suffocating to death. Which I was thinking about this. I know we're getting really off topic of the Twilight Zone, but suffocating would suck ass. Like I was like, hold your breath, and that pain you start to feel in your chest and lungs. Like obviously your body's like, take a fucking breath, dude, and you take a breath. But if for some reason you couldn't, that pain's gonna last for a while, and then you're gonna get like lightheaded and pass out. That sucks. And most likely, when you die, that's gonna happen, right?
What, that's gonna hurt?
Like you're not gonna be like breathing up until the moment you die. Like
I don't know. Like, if
now
a piano gets dropped on you.
Yes, obviously something like that would probably be better. Because now I'm worried about like, fuck, you're essentially gonna suffocate most likely before you die.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to die.
I don't know. That one doesn't sound fun. I don't like that.
But anyway, battle. I guess the first one that comes to my mind is the Battle of Bunker Hill, maybe or Battle of Lexington and Concord. Some very early battle in the American Revolution, I guess. I'd probably pick one of those. What are you picking?
Probably one in World War I, just because I like it so much. So I'd at least be able to get to see the time period.
Would you pick a dogfight one where you're up in the sky like flying? Or would you want to be on the ground in the trenches?
I hate heights. Probably be trench. Probably like be charging no man's land and just take.
I actually
want
to change it. I want to die in a dogfight in World War I, just like getting shot out of the sky
by the Red Baron. Just flaming, fiery death.
I guess no, that'd be scary.
Oh, here I go.
I'm going back to the Lexington and Concord or the Battle of Bunker Hill. One of those two.
See, a plane crash would be terrible. Yeah. I mean, unless you got like shot in the head and then
there's
your
no
plane went down.
There's no good battle to die in.
All right.
They'd all be terrible. But
the Battle of Yavin.
That's Star Wars.
What about a fictional battle? The Avengers one.
That's the first thing I was thinking of. The battle against Thanos.
The Battle of Hogwarts. You just die in that because of a stupid school.
That would be pretty cool too.
You just get a Vada Kedavra.
Yeah, and I guess that wouldn't be unless like Fred dies because a giant part of the castle wall just blows off and like hits him in the head and stuff.
Blows off and hits him in the head.
Yeah, I guess for a fictional battle, I'm picking the Battle of Hogwarts.
That sucks, dying at the Battle of Hogwarts.
You died in a school. What are you picking for?
Oh, jeez, that's just kind of got dark.
I wasn't thinking of it that way. I was like, he couldn't even take over a school. What battle are you picking?
Fictional one? Like the Battle of Minas Tirith and Lord of the Rings or Helm's Deep. Like, getting killed by an orc would suck. The last thing you see is just a fucking stupid orc.
That'd be terrible.
I don't know. Like, it's got to be one that like actually like means something. Like, yeah, they didn't die in vain.
Even in a fictional context?
Yeah. Like they said fucking fighting Thanos. Like they saved half of the universe. That's pretty heroic.
Yeah.
Probably that one, I guess, for fiction.
But are you a superhero in this instance?
I'm
or
just
are you
a
just
guy.
you just running?
Fuck!
Maybe you have a gun that'd be
which
like
is
the
probably
extent
why
of
I'm
it.
going to die in this.
It's like in the Deadpool one, that one
And
guy
Steve.
that's just like the intern or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
All right. Well, we have gotten way off tangent. People obviously probably tuned out,
Tuned down at
or
this
they're like,
point.
"Hey, this is pretty awesome." If you want to hear more banter like this, let us know. But if not, we will see you next week for King 9 Will Not Return. We hope you return.
Yes, we hope you will definitely return, even if King 9 doesn't.
It definitely won't. All right, Ty. Well, until then, do you have anything to say to our dear Gnomies out there?
Yes, thank you all for stepping in the Twilight Gnome with us.
It's 4 o'clock, the howling man is gone. Frisbee's telling stories, Mr.